This is my 9-foot reverse Mal. Well, that's what I call it anyway. My 9-foot reverse Mal. I basically made it so I can surf in some longboard comps. And I can't really surf a longboard. Well, I can surf one, but I can't do the fancy walking up and down the longboard sort of thing. So I thought what I want is a longboard that I can surf like a shortboard. And so we made this little baby. It's set up with the wave grinder fins, the small wave grinder fins. It has a V cut. It's an EPS blank with a V cut in the middle, and you can see the recycled PU rail. So it's EPS here and here. The blank's cut into 3. Then the board's shaped. Then we laminate on PU rails. So these are offcuts from when we or other manufacturers make PU boards, and we can shape the rails better that way. It's also more environmentally friendly, obviously. It's using up that nasty stuff that would only really go into landfill. The idea of the V-cut is to put stiffness and strength into the front half of the board here and put a bit more flex in the tail, so from just before the fins there's no stringer, there's no V-cut there or anything. So that's the idea there. So this board is, as I said, set up with 3 small wave grinder fins. Obviously I've got a fin box there, and we could put a big wave grinder in there, but using an FCS longboard fin adapter, you can put a standard FCS fin into a longboard fin box. I just feel that probably for someone my size, and I'm pretty small, probably having the big fin in might be just too much fin. So I'm going to try this board out tomorrow, just with the 3 small fins in it. I'm just going to turn the board over now. As I said, I'm just turning the board over now so you can see how it looks from the deck. Plus I guess I'm showing off my beautiful colour job there. It does look quite spectacular. So I wanted to get a nice shot of it prior to waxing it up, which will sort of spoil the look of it a bit. But yeah, as I said, it's basically a longboard. It's not a gun. It's a shortboard with the length of a longboard. For competition longboard regulations, to meet those regulations, you need to have a certain amount of width and length. They need to be 9 foot long. They need to be totaling about 47 or 48 inches in width. So you can have this one is 22.5 across the middle. It's 14 in the nose and 11 in the tail. No, yeah, 14 in the tail, 11 in the nose. So it all adds up to the right dimensions to meet longboard surfing rules. So we're hoping for a bit of swell tomorrow, and hoping that this board will go very nicely. Some people have said, oh, it looks like a gun. Well, it's not really a gun. It's got a much bigger tail than a gun. It's quite wide in the tail. But I sort of shaped it as a reverse Mal, I guess. You know, standard Malibus are wide in the nose and fairly flat in the nose. A good competition Mal has a lot of lift in the tail. It's fairly thin in the tail and fairly narrow in the tail. Well, this board's pretty much the reverse. It does have a bit of lift in the tail, but it's quite a wide tail. As I said, 14 inches in the tail, 11 in the nose, about 22.5 or 23 in the middle of the board. So I think it'll go really, really well. I shall report tomorrow, and hopefully I'll get a video of someone else surfing it in the next little while.